Welcome to another Scardcast Battle Report. Today, brought to you by Neon Lighting. Because now, we actually have light, so you can see what's going on. And Jason and I, you've seen Jason before, he has brought his brand new Chaos Army that he's working on for our Planetary Empires campaign. As you can see, I'm still working on them over there. But this is the battle to determine who is in control of the planet before we start our mini-campaign. So we have 500-point armies, and I've decided to try and do something different and amalgamate the deployment and mission together with the Army Showcase to save some time on battle reports. So, on the Black Templar side, we have a Castellan with a Storm Shield and 5 Assault Terminators. 3 of them have Thunderhammer Storm Shields, 2 have Lightning Claws, then I have 2 5-man Initiate Squads, 1 with a Multi-Melter, 1 with a Plasma Gun, and of course we have a 2-point objective in front of the Cathedral. It wouldn't be a true defense of Chaos if there's no Cathedral to defend. We have a 3-point objective right there, a 3-point objective by the Rhino, a 1-point objective in the middle, a 2-point objective by the Ruined Tower, and a 4-point objective by the Spawn. Somehow the Spawn knew that crater was really important. So we have Jason, what do we have in your army?
We got 20 cultists with a flamer, level 2 sorcerer with a spell familiar, Aura of Dark Glory, 4 staff, 3 Nurgle spawn, and 10 Chaos Marines with 2 plasma guns and Veterans of the Long War.
Okay, fantastic. And for your powers, you got telepathy.
Yeah, psychic shriek and hallucination.
Hallucination is going to be nasty. Okay, and when we return, we will be doing turn 1. And of course, stay tuned at the end of the report for another tactical corner. This is Skari. Enjoy the show. The cultists have advanced onto the 4-point objective, finding themselves out of range to psychic power any of the Black Templars. The Spawn, on the other hand, moved up 18 inches worth in front of the barbed wire, ready to either get charged or charge. And the Chaos Space Marines moving around the hill looked into the darkness and tried to take a few pot shots at the Initiates behind the trench line, but failed miserably. The Black Templars, seeing that, will now retaliate. Stay tuned. Shooting into the Chaos Marines saw 1 Marine fall, and the Terminators charged into the Spawn, who rolled an armor save in their close combat phase, useless against the Thunderhammers. And I killed all but 1, who has 1 wound left, and the Spawn killed 2 Lightning Claw Terminators out of 2 wounds. And now we're going on to Chaos turn 2. Will they stem the tide? The Chaos Space Marines advanced, opening fire into the squad of Black Templars that was right there, killing 1 Marine. They fell back. And they're going to regroup. The Terminators! The Spawn attacked the Terminators, causing 3 wounds. And I rolled a 1 for that Terminator, 1 for the other Terminator, and 1 for the Marshal. So they've all been wounded, and I was unable to kill the last Spawn. So Jason does get first blood.
Yeah.
And now we're going on to Black Templars. Oh, by the way, the Marshal killed another one with a hallucination. He was forced to smack another one in the face with his Power Axe. And now, we'll be back. Hallucination attempt on the Multi-Meltar squad was denied by the Witch. The Spawn Castellan combat has continued, and focus fire from the Chaos Space Marines has killed 2 more of this unit who fell back again. And now we'll be back after Black Templar turn. Hallucination pinned that unit, and rapid firing / firing from that Chaos Space Marine squad killed 2 of the Marines who were forced to go to ground. The Spawn moved over, ignoring the terrain, charged into them, getting snapshotted to death, gaining the Black Templar army 2 points. We're moving now into Black Templar turn 4. In a last-ditch attempt, the Plasma Gunner moved up to rapid fire into the Chaos Space Marine squad with the bolt pistol. He overheated and killed himself, but one of his shots hit true, and the bolt pistol killed another guy. And then they fell back, so they fell back 8 inches. And shooting from there did nothing. Okay, we're moving on to Chaos turn 5, and it could be the end. Turn 5 recap. Chaos Space Marines did not rally and continued to fall back, which meant they were unable to secure that objective. The Sorcerer hallucinated the Multi-Meltar unit. They're just sitting there with their thumbs up their bums. And over here, the lone Initiate moved up and ran 4 inches to get within 2 inches of that 2-point objective, and it's the end of turn 5, of course. We're doing the dice roll on camera to see if it goes on. And it's over, and it's the Chaos Space Marine victory by 1 point. We have Warlord, First Blood, and 4 points. So a total of 6 points for the Chaos Warlord. And I have 1 fast attack choice, 2 points, 2 points to 5-6 victory for the Chaos Wordbearers. Stay tuned for the Tactical Corner. Thanks a lot for watching. This is Skari, out. The Marshal was fallen in battle. The Sorcerer's crusade trait is, well, the one where he can capture my characters and force them to fight in the arena. What's it called?
Trophy Hunter.
The Trophy Hunter. So he has successfully captured my Castian and has put him in an arena of death. So we have 95 points of Castian versus 90 points of cultists. And they're all gunning for him while the sorcerer cackles in laughter. So I moved first. I kind of moved more into the corner. The wave of cultists is coming at me. We've got these decks of cards. These are the cards that come in. They're just some cards that I had. They're kind of cool. So I'm using them for the cards. Right now I just wrote stuff on them with marker. But I'm going to be printing out some nice copies and gluing them on the back. So we basically have, for close combat, instead of like rolling regular attacks, you have to use cards and different modifiers, and there's like a crowd roar. So stay tuned as we are here in the arena of death. Turn 2 of the arena of death. We had 16 cultists shoot pistols into my Castian, who failed 2 armor saves and died. So ended the ignominious life of the Marshal. And the Arena of Death has now ended. We will return at some later point with more Arena of Death for you. Hello and welcome to another Tactical Corner. So, this is the start of the game. As you can see, it was a pretty good deployment. I had a good defensive position, decent objectives, and of course, Jason went first. Now, he made a big mistake throwing his spawn up through the middle of the board. Why? Because he let me deal with them with my Terminators, which, without really to deal with them, they were a scoring unit and an additional point. So I was eager at the chance to jump on them. So of course I sent my Terminators up to engage them. Little did I know that they were going to get stuck in and not roll as effectively as I would have hoped. One of the negatives of taking Terminators a small game like 500 points was the fact that I was very vulnerable to failing armor saves, and I just happened to fail a lot of armor saves. So having lost 2 Terminators in the first round and then a hallucination losing another Terminator thanks to my Marshal smacking one, I ended up rolling triple 1s when the spawn wounded 3 times, killing both of my Thunderhammers and putting 1 more wound on my Castian. This then meant that the Castian was left all alone trying to fight that one spawn with his power axe, unable to roll the 5s that he needed to wound the said spawn. This then meant that even if he would have, killed the spawn, there was still a large variety of units that were going to kill him. This then meant the spawn was free to roam and talk. Jason made another mistake and sent the spawn after my squad, which then eventually overwatched it and killed it. He should have just pulled it back and then started sending maybe the cultists forward. Now the cultist unit was great. A level 2 sorcerer with telepathy was a very, very strong contender. I really had nothing that could deal with just the amount of bodies that they provided in the backfield. And even though I was able to finally push the Chaos Space Marines back when they failed that morale save, I got quite lucky when it came to the end of the game and was able to run that last Crusader all the way up to the tower to score those last 2 points, and therefore only make it a 1-point loss. Overall, it was a really fun game, and then we had the Arena of Death. Hope you enjoyed this next segment of Tactical Corner. Stay tuned for the next Scarcast Battle Report.